And if you click on today's folder, you will see another folder that says plant and animal cells station activity. Okay? So we finished up our notes yesterday. So this activity, instead of obviously having stations set up, which we can't do, you're going to complete task cards and fill out a Google form with your answers as you go through the stations online. Okay? So if you click on this folder, the Plant and Animal Cells Stations Activity folder, you will see a link, and then you're going to see 7 other folders. Okay? So the first thing we all need to do is click on the link for the answer sheet, and that will open it up in Schoology, and you should see this form pull up, and then it'll say sign in to continue. You need to open this form up in a new tab. That way you can actually type in an answer. You won't be able to do that through Schoology. Okay? Okay, so you should have this form filled out. If you go back to the folder then on Schoology, you will see all the station folders. Now, you will not have to, or you don't have to complete these stations all in order. The only ones you need to make sure you don't do first are the write it, assess it, and organize it. Those ones are more of like a check for your understanding. Make sure you know what information you learn. So you want to kind of do those at the end. The folders are in order to just kind of give you the information and build upon each other. But again, it's up to you how you want to do them. So how this is going to work, you're going to click on the folder you want to start with, and there's going to be a set of task cards in that folder that give you directions or give you a link to something or give you questions to answer. So like this first one, if you click on it, first thing you have to do, it's going to open up a video, and you're going to watch this video. That pulls up eventually. So you're going to watch the video and then answer the questions on your form. So you can also play the video in the form, and then there's specific questions, task card 2, 3, and 4. You would click on task card 2. Based on information from the video, you would answer the question, what is the function of the cell wall in a plant cell? Jumping to your form, you would then click that space, type in your answer, and go to the next task card, and so on. Okay? Then your next section, the research it section, is actually like a game for you to go through and play and go through different levels as you're learning about the organelles. And then at one point, the last task card you have to do is you have to actually build either, I think it's an animal or a plant cell in that game setup, and then just record your score. The Explore It is set up a little bit different. That one, I believe there's a couple questions you have to answer. And then on your Google Sheet, or no, the Explore It gives you the definitions of like the organelles and their functions in these task cards. And what you guys are going to do on your form then. So this kind of gives you information about the cell, and it'll give you definitions. On your form, you're going to answer the question for task card 1, question 2. And then the Explore It task card 3, you're going to take your organelles on the left column here and their definition, and you're going to match that organelle with what part of a school building you think it matches with. Okay? So as an example, the nucleus, which is the control center and directs what the cell does, if you scroll, the nucleus would be similar to a principal. because they're in charge of what goes on at the school, and they direct what happens and control what goes on, okay? So that's what you would do for that question. And you do that for all the organelle pieces. Then the Read It folder has a reading passage you'll click on. You'll go through and then just answer the task cards for that section. The Write It has specific questions on the task card, and on your Google form then you type in your answer. The Assess It task cards have a question, multiple choice, you choose your answer. And then the Organize It, the first part of the Organize is similar to the other question, where you are just going to match the organelle to its definition, okay? And then your last Organize It question, you are identifying which type of cell that organelle belongs to. So think of it like if we did a Venn diagram, where some organelles are just in plant cells, some organelles are just in animal cells, and then some are in both. It's the same setup. You just click which check mark goes where, okay? We will be doing this today and tomorrow, so you don't have to get it all done today. You can kind of do a couple, take a break, go from there. But you do need to make sure you submit your button when you are all done with this so that I get your recorded responses and then I can go back and give you a grade. Otherwise, again, you can kind of go through this in a certain order. Just don't do the last 3 first. And then when you're finished, you'll just submit your responses.